Well, hey there, and welcome back to Sonic Safari, a channel featuring tales of record collecting. I am Marcus, your host, a Swedish hipster lost in the fog in San Francisco. And this is a bit of a special edition because it is that time of year. The list for Record Store 2022 just came out. It will be celebrated on April 23rd, and I wanted to give you my initial thoughts about it. Will we say that it's not as good as we always do? So I'm recording this around midday Pacific time, and I must say that it's a bit odd to me that I haven't seen an official announcement about the list from Record Store Day yet. I got a mail this morning from Craft Recording listing their releases for Record Store Day, so I headed over to the RSD website and boom, there it was. Anyways, it's always a great time to go through it, so let's just dive into it. Okay, so let's just start off with some generic numbers about the list. So if my counting is correct, there are 329 releases in total this year, separated as follows. There are 35 limited run with a regional focus, which is around 10%. There are 158 exclusive to RSD, which is around 48%, and there's 136 RSD first, which is around 42%. So at a first look at the list, I find it interesting that most of the releases have a pretty decent run. I don't know if this is a coincidence, but I've heard a lot of feedback that people are saying that the low run really results in a fear of missing out and just high prices on the aftermarket. So hopefully this is something that Record Store Day actually has taken into account. Looking at the list, more or less half of the releases have 2,500 or more, which I think is pretty okay. It's also pretty interesting that Record Store Day is happening on April 23rd this year, but if you go through the list, there's a couple of releases that are actually coming out on June 18th, even though there is no mention of this anywhere on the website. Okay, so let's look at the biggest releases from a volume point of view, starting with Prince, The Gold Experience. It comes on Legacy and they will release 24,150 issues. This is a homage to the rare US-only promo version of the album released in 1995, and this was the first record that Prince identified himself as the symbol. It will come on translucent gold vinyl. Then we have Pearl Jam live on 2 legs, also from Legacy, and they will release 20,600 issues. This is also on RSD first and will also be released on June 18th. This live recording on 2 vinyl records were recorded in support of the tour for the record Yield and will come on transparent vinyl. The third biggest release is Childish Gambino, Kwai, on Awal Records, and they will release 18,000 issues, also RSD first. This is an EP with 7 songs, first time on vinyl, pressed on 3 surprise colors that will be mixed, so you don't know which one you get. Surprise! Other interesting releases in my mind, the Royal Tenenbaums, the soundtrack to the Wes Anderson movie, which means great, quirky music. It's a gatefold on 2 vinyl records pressed on sky blue and olive green vinyl. For all you grunge fans, Alice in Chains' first studio EP, We Die Young, originally released in 1990 as a promotional-only release, and this one is remastered by the great Bob Ludwig. This could be a sought-after release from completist collectors, but again, surprised by the volume, 14,350 issues for an EP. Lou Reed's first ever recording session of his solo career is collected on a record called I'm So Free, the 1971 RCA demos. People love an insight to the behind the scenes, so pretty sure this one will be an interesting one. It's on Legacy and the run is 7,550. I'm a bit surprised that Taylor Swift, the ambassador for RSD this year, is only releasing an exclusive 7-inch, The Lakes, from the album Folklore. And this is the original version on vinyl for the first time from Republic Records, and they will release 10,000 issues. And for all you jazz fans out there, there are quite a lot of jazz releases this year, more than usual in my opinion. And to me, the biggest one will be Art Pepper Meets the Rhythm section in mono from Craft Recording. This recording is by mainly hailed as one of the top audiophile recordings ever, and it comes in a tip-on jacket and features all analog mastering from the original tapes by Bernie Grunman, pressed on 180-gram black vinyl at QRP. Yep, it checks all the boxes, and they will release 7,000 of them, so you should be able to get it. I'm sure there will be a lot of opinions about the quality of the list this year, so why don't you just jump into it and let me know what you think. Alright, that's it for today's video. Like, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. Tomorrow we'll back to the normal episodes when we will look at Blue Note compilations. Very excited about that one, so I hope you will check it out. Until then, tack och adjö.